this weird competition of cool.
You take a reef shot to the side of the head for a wave like that.
If I can win this, this will be the greatest moment of my life.
All the girls are surfing so well. They're beautiful inside and out.
Going skagless is a whole nother realm, like a fast version of body surfing.
There's something about just getting in the ocean and cleansing ourselves of everything else that's going on in the world.
My job description is student of surfing.
Board Stories TV is proudly presented by Cholos and OC16, exclusively on Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
Aloha and welcome to Board Stories. I'm Hina Garcia alongside Chris Satronic, and this time on the show we're highlighting Hawaii's summertime hotspot of Ala Moana Bowls.
That's right, the South Shore has been firing with a string of consistent swells, highlighting some of the summer's biggest surf events. The Local Motion Surfer in the Summer boasted 4 days of prime bowls action with divisions for the amateurs, shapers, and pros. On par with the energy, the bodyboarders scored at the IBA Hawaii Tour first stop with the big bowl working its magic. We also check out skimboarder extraordinaire Brad Domke, who's taking the sport to new levels.
Can't wait to get into it. But first off, it's time for our Tube of the Week.
Tube of the Week. This Tube of the Week sees skimboarder Brad Domke working his magic at an undisclosed Mexican beach break. With a little jet ski assistance, Brad is able to ride these waves like only a skimboarder could.
Man, Brad Domke has some skills. I don't know how he does it on a skimboard.
No doubt. We got more with Brad Domke later on the show, and don't forget to check out freesurfmagazine.com for your daily fix of surf action.
And stick around because we're coming right back with the Local Motion Surf into Summer at Ala Moana Bowls. Stay tuned to Board Stories.
It's an art for us, crafting a product that will help you push further than the rest, that will drive your ability to perform beyond your own expectations. Because good is not an alternative to great.
Burrito, taco salad, black bean nachos, yum, fish tacos, mojito, margarita.
Home-style Mexican food and the best grinds in the islands. Cholos at the North Shore Marketplace. Live the dream!
Welcome back to Board Stories. The Local Motion Surf into Summer is the biggest amateur contest around, bringing together surfers from all ages to compete at Ala Moana Bowls. Although divisions range from senior men to women, longboard and bodyboard, it's the youth bringing their elite surf game to the coveted left-hand walls, stamping their name as Hawaii's best amateurs coming up in the competition realm. In the premier junior men's division, the battle was tight, with the hotbed of Hawaii's progressive talent being represented. But Kaulana Po's smooth style and impeccable wave selection saw him best the field. The Local Motion Surf into Summer also held a special Creators and Innovators division presented by Vissla, inviting some of the best surfboard craftsmen in the islands to shred their shapes.
It's such a small island, and there's obviously some of the best board builders in the world here. And so it's cool for us to kind of all come together and rub shoulders a little bit and, work some stuff out with each other and high-five each other.
I think most of us grew up competing here from all levels, amateur, longboard, professional. I think we're lucky to have this place, and it's housed a lot of events for a lot of kids.
I just walked up and it's unbelievable. It's all about surfing bowls. All the shapers are friends, so it's not too much of a competition, although everybody does want to win that gold planer.
The planer's gorgeous, you know, any one of these guys that gets their hands on the thing's gonna own the thing for the next 25 years of their life. I just hope they use it all the time because it's so beautiful, you know. And the guys at Arctic Foam were kind enough to donate some blanks to the second and third place winners.
At the end of the day, the youngster Gen Asano edged out the old guard in the water, but shared the laughter and stoke on the podium with his new golden planer. Up next, it's the bodyboarders' turn as the big bowl lights up for the first stop of the IBA Hawaii Tour. Keep it right here on Board Stories.
In 1965. The skateboard was the latest thing in kids' toys. On the radio, the British invasion continued. In Hawaii, the Duke Kahanamoku Invitational Surfing Championship debuted at Sunset Beach. And Surf and Sea opened its doors in Haleiwa Town. So that means 50 years! This year is our 50th anniversary. That's a lot of good times in the ocean.
Find the ocean and surf and sea.
This is how you get there.
Welcome back to Board Stories. Mahina, did you know that there's never been an IBA Hawaii Tour event at Ala Moana Bowls?
Really? That's hard to believe because bowls is one of the most high-performance waves on the island.
Well, this year's inclusion of bowls at the IBA Hawaii Tour has marked the first ever for bodyboard fanatics, and timing it perfect with a brand new swell made it one to remember.
So here we are in our third year with the IBA Hawaii Tour. First time we've had a bodyboarding only contest here, and since I can't remember. So to have an all bodyboarding event here at Bowls, epic. Love and support from Kellogg's, Pepsi, from Science Bodyboards. Ocean Spray is behind us and helping us this year, and a host of other sponsors is really what makes and drives our sport and keeps this event moving forward. Big shout out to them, and we certainly lucked into a swell this year. I mean, anytime we have these events, the hero of the event is the surf. It's a swell. You know, guys are ripping on epic bowls conditions.
In the Junior Pro Division, Eastside Grom Kavika Kamai took his maiden IBA win with some great rides in the tube and air.
First event I won, so it's pretty stoking for me. Not really a lot of Hawaiians get to win contests, so it's pretty good.
Next up, the drop knee riders took the added power of the wave to lay down some solid turns between navigating the barrel. IBA drop knee champ Dave Hubbard showed up and went to town on the left-hander, dominating the field and taking out the division. The women pros saw some great waves and rides from the girls, but the battle between Carla Costa-Taylor and Melanie Bartels continued, this time with Mel taking it out in fine form. With the deepest field of the event, the men's pro division saw some great rides in the highly contestable conditions. Rounding out the final, Dave Hubbard once again reigned supreme with keen tube sense and some lofty flips to take out the win.
In addition to our normal divisions, we added a stand-up division and also a Masters division, and those new divisions have been very well received. I see those two divisions growing more and more. The Masters have legends of the sport, including Ben Severson, Pat Caldwell, Keith Sasaki, just to name a few. And the stand-up division, guys ripping it, an exciting new kind of style of riding, that's pretty amazing.
With the excitement flowing, the stand-up crew put on a great show. And for the third time of the event, Dave Hubbard found the top of the podium, claiming the inaugural win.
I can't really think of a better way to celebrate my birthday than to surf bowls with a couple other guys. I was super excited to do the stand-up. They're bringing it onto this tour. It's kind of like a little bit fresh division to actually be more than an expression section. And the surf out here, I'm on my front side, goofy foot, and luckily I was able to have enough energy that all went awesome.
On to the Masters. The legends came out to play, and the mixed disciplines of drop knee and prone showed these salty dogs still got plenty in the tank. But it was contest director Ben Severson who lived up to his nickname of the Tube Troll and found some of the longest barrels of the event to take out the field.
Awesome contest. Everybody's ripping. You know, obviously, we all kind of still want to do good, and it kind of takes us back to the day. But when the waves are good like that, everybody's kind of stoked and wants to compete. When the waves are good, it's game on.
Coming up, we're switching back to the locomotion surfer into summer, where the pros were primed for the WSL QS 1000 at Bowls. And later, we look into Brad Domke's skimboard world. Stay locked to Board Stories.
Imagine if everybody just got solar panels. I'm really stoked to have our house with solar panels. We're able to get this cheaper energy.
I went solar on my house here because I got tired of paying the electric bill. We live in a beautiful place on Maui and try to harness as much of the natural energy around as we can.
I am sponsored by the sun.
I am sponsored by the sun. I am sponsored by the sun.
Experience Hawaii's past in the present. Oahu's Waimea Valley calls you to reconnect. Waimea Valley is a rich and culturally significant vahipana, or storied place, that embraces a world-class botanical garden. Come visit our newly restored kauhale, an historical site believed to have been occupied by families of high rank centuries ago. Our kauhale at Waimea Valley is one of a kind, a special place to engage in Hawaiian culture. Reconnect at Oahu's Waimea Valley.
Welcome back to Board Stories, where we're dropping in on the Locomotion Surf into Summer WSL QS 1000. This event is a welcomed addition to the small but growing Hawaii Regional Pro Circuit, allowing Hawaii surfers unable to chase the tour around the world a chance at some points to get into the Triple Crown of surfing.
It's been a couple years since they've had a QS here. Anytime we have any kind of smaller event in Hawaii, especially a qualifying series event, I've always found that it brings a lot of the best surfers from the region, and that's always really exciting to see and get everyone together. And then we got Ala Moana Bowls. It's like one of the better waves on the island, so for us to have this opportunity, I think is really good for everyone, no matter how old or young you are. You get a chance to perform and actually hopefully get into the Triple Crown at the end of the year.
Oh, the waves are amazing. This morning was 3 to 4, just perfect oil glass. It's just amazing for us local surfers that don't really get to travel too much and want to get into some contests over here and accumulate some points and just try and, make a name for us.
Coming from the Hawaii surfers, there's so much of us, but we just kind of lack the opportunity to kind of showcase our surfing and try and get more people into the Triple Crown, We have so many talented surfers, So these kind of events is perfect, and I just think this is going to be a stepping stone moving forward. Good stuff. Nice hot sunny day here in Hawaii, and South Swell, man.
One familiar face in attendance was world champ Hawaiian surfer Sonny Garcia. Transitioning into the back half of his career, Sonny is now taking on a new role for the WSL.
My official first day working for the WSL as their youth development officer. I'm basically just gonna help, the kids with all aspects of being a pro surfer. Everything from social media to surfing heats to which events to pick. Anything that I can help them with surfing. Even though it's a small event, it's an event, and I think it's real important to have as many events for these kids, or for all the Hawaii kids to surf in. I'm pretty sure it's going to be my last year of competing, so I just wanted to get some points and make sure I have a shot at trying to get into the fight trials at the end of the year.
Along with the heavy local field, there was also a variety of international and mainland surfers looking to make a name for themselves in Hawaiian waters. But despite the variety of talent on hand, it was the local Hawaii pros that made the biggest splash, with an all-Hawaii final, including a list of some of Hawaii's best up-and-coming and most accomplished surfers.
Was great. We went into it kind of gentleman's rule. We were all taking turns, and that one set that I got the 9 on, it was just the right size, and it came back and it sat on the reef, and it just allowed me to get some good turns in. And all day, all the guys were surfing so good. A solid day and solid guys, and super fun time.
Coming up, skimboard master Brad Domke takes it to the limit as he tackles solid waves all over the world. Board Stories will be right back.
Located on the north shore of Oahu, in the sleepy town of Wailua, is the North Shore Soap Factory, a one-of-a-kind local business that produces quality goods the way they're meant to be made, locally. Come and see an actual working soap factory and watch how our soap is made step by step, right before your eyes. We take pride in our products and help support the community we are so privileged to be a part of. So come on down or order online. We are open 7 days a week.
Additional support for Board Stories is provided by Moku Surf Shop, meeting all your surf needs with aloha. And Rainbow Drive-In, open every day off Kapahulu Avenue in Honolulu.
Welcome back to Board Stories. Well, we've seen some great contest action at Ala Moana Bowls, but it's time to switch it up a bit.
We're taking a look at a wave riding discipline that often gets overlooked. Florida's Brad Domke is redefining what's possible on a skimboard and taking his act all over the world. Balance and technique can be translated into many different avenues in the ocean, and Floridian Brad Domke has made a name for himself taking a finless skimboard beyond the shoreline.
I
If I really think far back on it, it all originated with just skating with your friends outside your house and just doing it in the streets, bringing it to the skate parks, and eventually I was lucky enough to have one of my good friends, Tommy, teach me how to surf, and once he taught me how to surf, I was just addicted from there on.
But living on the wave-starved East Coast, the skimming conditions were always better than the surf. So Brad stayed tuned to the skim life, where he immediately excelled.
I was like 15, was like my first real skim pro event. That's kind of where it all started, and it's a pretty fun little underground lifestyle skimboarding, and it's a small group of people, but everyone's really cool in it. I honestly kind of feel like skimboarding is kind of in an uprise in a different way, you know? I kind of always felt there's something to like step it up, and you know, you see all the surfers riding amazing waves, and it's kind of just like that was like the element missing, was just like we just need to be on a wave that good, you know? The skimboard's sick for good waves, and next thing I know, I'm like towing into bombs in Mexico, and it's just like so new and fun, and I'm around surfers that kill it, and they're just like enjoying watching me try, so like it's just fueling my fire, and it's pretty hard to get surfers to think that skimming's sick and get the appreciation, but it's sick to like bring skimming that far where you're actually seeing people taking, you know, like a good notoriety to it. In this day and age, a lot of people are looking more for like the fun lifestyle than to like take it so serious, you know? Like you see all these pro surfers just enjoying, just having fun at the beach, and really that's what it's all about, and that's what skimboarding is a part of.
All this skimboard wizardry would come to a head as Brad set out on a huge day at Puerto Escondido. Eager to test his fins-free skills in giant surf, Domke ended up catching the ride of his life. A ride that immediately went viral online and was later nominated as one of the rides of the year by the XXL Big Wave Awards.
Seen that one out the back, and I was like, you need to get that one, you know? I was just like far enough to the corner to where I could just like come around. I knew it was some crazy one because that was probably one of the funnest rides of my life, the gnarliest power I've ever felt from a wave with a skimboard in my life. When I came in, I was like so stoked, and I was just hoping like we got like a sick clip or something. Just to see how many people were like psyching, thinking it's weird, stupid, fun, whatever they're thinking, people were like tripping on it. Made some history with the skimboard, you know?
Keeping the momentum going, Brad set out to break more skimboard barriers by heading to Australia, where some monstrous slabs were waiting.
And it was like this whole week, all these slabs are just like doing it, and I'd been in Australia not even a week. My future goals I have are to definitely just, you know, take everything to the next level, travel to more places, and just, you know, open the mind of breaking new experiences with the skimboard around the world that, you know, people wouldn't believe you could do. So in the end, it's really not about all the stickers on your board. It's about just like the pure enjoyment of the ride. And I just have to say to the, you know, the younger kids, just, you know, as long as you're having fun, you'll get to where you want to be.
Man, that Brad Domke is my new hero. That guy's got some skills. Could I ever do that?
Chris, leave it to the professionals, because as you'll see in our spill of the week, even the best take a pounding.
Well, I guess you're right. We're leaving with Brad Domke, going beyond the limits at a not-so-friendly slab. That's going to be it for us. Chris Latronic, Mahina Garcia. We'll see you in the water.
Aloha.
Cyclops is the craziest wave I've ever seen. And it's the craziest wave I've ever ridden, 100%. It's just like the scariest thing I've ever seen. It doesn't even look like a wave you want to ride. You're gambling when you let go of the rope to tow into that wave because it can do anything it wants. You gotta pay to play, and you know, along with getting epic waves, there comes wipeouts.
We'll be right back.